cast your line and waited for a fish to bite.
Morning, good day, and good evening, depending on when you watch this. Heading out. It's just a little bit past sunrise. About 40 minutes ago the sun came up. Gonna go out, hit the trail, check out the hideout, and being this is a viewer created video, some of those people that had put a suggestion in the previous video's comments, we're gonna see their suggestions, their ideas featured in this video. So I made a little fire pit camp stove kind of thing here. If anybody can guess what these parts are from, throw it in the comments. Be interesting to see what you guys come up with. There's a whole lot of these around here, and it has to do with railroad. Here's your hint, eh? So being there's daylight this time, I was actually able to use some paracord and tie down a bit of the tarps, and then I don't remember if it came from something from the dollar store or something like that. Oh, it's one of those survival kits. Got a little clevis, and so I'm using that as the door latch to keep the two pieces together when so they don't blow around in the wind when I'm not in there. But that's the hideout, a little place to get out of the sun and rain. And still not sure now. I was thinking about covering it with some branches and stuff, you know, like get some insulation on it and stuff, but maybe that'll be for winter. Kind of like it like this. It's kind of cool. A little lean-to kind of setup. And got a few viewer ideas, of course. That's what this whole video is about. So we'd had a request for a campfire, show us your noodle challenge. So I'm actually going to try something really neat here. I'd never done, what are these here? The Sapporo Ichiban before. More of a Mr. Noodles and tried those other ones. So I'm going to try this out here, and to make it even more unique, I'm going to make it in a thermos, so should be pretty cool. Alright, so turns out the cast iron's so thick it's hard to get the heat to actually transfer through, especially through the bottom of this container. So I moved it up close to the fire for a bit and got the noodles and the mix, or the seasoning in there. Now I just got the soup getting its final heat there. It's been staying nice and warm on top. It's just finally boiling now. So there'll be a couple good meals, and it'll be nice because in this container it'll keep the noodles hot for a long time. So it'll extra extend the Show Us Your Noodle challenge. So hope you guys like the setup I got here. Look at that, I just knocked over my other phone. Oh great. But yeah, you know, got a bit of a little camp set up here. Take a look at those. If you can see, hold on, let me fix the situation here. Got some delicious noodles going on. Trying to show you guys inside here, but it's not working too good. But really good. You know, like I had said earlier, I hadn't tried these Sapporo or whatever the brand is here before, so very satisfied with them. So now just letting the coals cool off, put some water on them already, and you know, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the firebox stove setup, whatever you want to call it. But the only thing is, just instead of trying to cook on top here, I'm just going to do what I did last time and put it right out front. The nice thing is here, I can slide this part as needed. So, got a homemade MRE here. Kelly made it. We got some drink mixes, a tea bag even. You know, if you want to get a tea going. There's some sugar, matches, wet nap, mints, crackers, and peanut butter, granola bars, fruit snack, some cheese and crackers, all good to go. These craisins, and one of these bags from an MRE, part IMP, for having your beverage in, and tuna kit. Oh, and a package of hot sauce. So it's pretty cool little homemade MRE, that's for sure. This would be neat to try out. Well, excuse me. It's been probably a year since the last time I hiked on the Trans-Canada Trail. Just up ahead there, that's the river. And I was just in a little park area called 3 Mile Bend. Little off-leash dog park. Got some ponds and stuff on the one side and river on the other side. Bird. The river is actually pretty high right now. It's controlled by a dam, so unless they absolutely have to open up the dam, they can always keep the river at a decent level. And then they actually know, oh yeah, that's 3 Mile Bend just over there, but they actually know, they can calculate and let us know downstream if they have to open up the floodgates, and they can say, okay, on this day at this time there's going to be high water, and you know, they can close areas like this that are close in the Riverside Drive. Anywhere that's going to be prone to the floodwaters, they can close that ahead of time and prepare. So it's pretty decent. Alright, so we got a comment a bit ago here on the "Your input is needed" video. Lucas says, "Show me how to disinfect and cover a wound without a med kit." Okay. Okay, so that's going to be our simulated wound right there. So, some things a person can do without a med kit. You could, let's see here, some foliage is always handy. Now, only use your saliva as a last resort, but like here's a nice broadleaf here. So if you could try and cover with the leaf, get some pressure on it, you know, wrap it, even if you got to use your belt or lace, paracord, whatever you've got, anything that you can use, even a really thin branch like this can help. So that'll give you a rough idea on a way to wrap the wound, like extreme scenario if you didn't have anything else. So sometimes the best thing is literally just put pressure on it. If all you can do is just get your hand on the wound just temporarily, just to control the bleeding. You could always take your, if you have drinking water, get some water out of that. Another thing you could do is if you come across someone with a dog, or if you got a dog with you, their saliva is way better, way safer for cleaning wounds. So get the dog to lick it. And, you know, just that's if you're lucky enough to have a dog in the vicinity, right? You could always use a piece of clothing too, you know, literally take your shirt and a belt or whatever and wrap it up. But there's quite a few different ways to dress a wound. So this is only a simulation, right? Like there's no way I would actually take my Black Rifle coffee shirt, and not a chance would I use that as a, well actually maybe, I don't know. Now maybe some of you are wondering, what about packing the wound with dirt? Yeah, I've done that before. It's dirty though, and you'd probably get an infection. But if there's nothing else that you could possibly do to slow the bleeding down, sure, I guess you could try it. But I would try wrapping it in pressure and everything else you possibly could. You know, article of clothing, your hand, belt, anything, right? Before I would ever stuff the wound with dirt. We're heading home. Been out for about 7 hours. Gone 11 kilometers, 15,299 steps so far. 17 out. It's pretty decent. Be home in about 10 minutes or so. And thanks to everyone who watches. It's a big thanks. And we'll catch you guys next time.